when they graduated high school in 2016 and came in here. Remember that opening weekend? Heck, we had, I think, a 1.7 freshmen on the field at one time. You're not going to see that this weekend, but there's going to be a time you're going to have probably 4 freshmen in the lineup, 3 position players and a pitcher. So there's a lot of really talented freshmen. We really like Corey Collins and Fernando Gonzalez and Parks Harbor. Those 3 position players are going to play a lot, but just in the future, and Garrett Spikes and D.A. Allen and Trip Moore and Caleb Ketchup. I mean, those guys are really talented players. They just happen to have some guys in front of them, and got a lot of depth in the arms too. So it's a really good class. I'm not going to anoint them as good as the 2017 freshman class yet, but they have a chance to be pretty special.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll move on to Zach Klein.
Hey, Coach, how long have you backtracked your rotation? When do you start thinking about this and kind of getting the guys fired up to start, but kind of easing them into, obviously a long stretch coming up?
Yeah, we've got 14 straight weeks coming up of weekend baseball, and Ryan Webb and Jonathan Cannon are really close to being ready to go. They're not going to go this weekend. Ryan Webb's probably going to be ready to go next weekend. Jonathan Cannon probably the weekend after that. So, the plan is to have everybody ready to go when we get into the SEC, which is weekend number 5. You've also got Michael Polk, you've got Logan Moody, and you got Brandon Smith coming off an injury from last year. So we've got 5 experienced arms that are going to join us starting in between week 2 and week 5. So we're excited about that. And what we've got to do is we've got to let these freshmen go out there and grow up a little bit these first 2 weekends and see what they got.
Okay, next we'll have questions from Palmer Tones and then Drew Hubbard.
Yeah, Coach, obviously a lot of the conversation with your pitching staff, kind of surrounds the idea of replacing Hancock and Wilcox. What should we expect to see out of the bullpen?
Well, first of all, you're going to see 4 left-handed starting pitchers. I don't know if we've ever done that, 4 consecutive guys in a row, and 3 of those guys are freshmen. And then coming out of the bullpen, you're going to see a couple other freshmen. You're going to see Will Pearson and Hank Bearden. You're going to see an experienced guy, Darren Pasqua, who's kind of reinvented himself. He's got a really good breaking ball. And you're going to see him and Jack Gowan kind of maybe settle things down for us as we get to the later innings with Nolan Crisp. So we've got a lot of options. Liam Sullivan, Ben Harris are both going to throw extended innings this weekend to try to get ready. One of those 2 guys is going to start most likely midweek against Georgia State. But I wouldn't be shocked if we see 13 or 14 different pitchers this weekend.
Coach, and I may have missed this, but did you announce the starting rotation for the 4 starters there?
Yeah, the rotation is going to be C.J. Smith on Friday night. Game 1 on Saturday will be Luke Wagner. Game 2 will be Jaden Woods. And then game 4 on the weekend is going to be redshirt freshman Charlie Goldstein.
Thanks.
Hey, Coach, kind of keeping talking about the freshmen. What have you been seeing from the freshmen so far in practice that makes you comfortable giving them game time as you get ready for SEC play?
Well, they're really mature. And I think that's the thing that we're all kind of experiencing. These kids, they go through so many things at a young age now with travel baseball and the high level of baseball these kids are playing. They all went through draft negotiations and talks with pro scouts with their families, and they've been away from home a lot. Fernando Gonzalez is from Panama. I mean, he grew up in a different country, moved here on his own when he was 16 years old. So, just overall really mature group and really talented group.
Okay, we'll move on to questions from Chip Towers.
Yeah, Coach, I'm curious about all those left-handers. What is your philosophy on that? Is that something you are trying to achieve? And are you big on the lefty-righty thing?
Well, it's just really kind of the way this class worked out. It was amazing that every kid we went out to recruit just happened to be left-handed, and so, you're going to see the possible 6 guys to start this weekend. All 6 of them were left-handed. Liam Sullivan and Ben Harris are the other 2 guys that were in contention to start. So no, that was not by design. I mean, if you look in the past, we've had a lot of power right-handed arms, and you go back to Robert Tyler and Tony Losi and Emerson Hancock and Cole Wilcox. But as Coach Kenny likes to call them, we love those wrong-handers. Those guys are hard to hit. And C.J. Smith's going to start it off for us, and it gives us a kind of a veteran presence to get it going. But then the young guys are are going to get anointed. So they get to go out there and just kind of cut their teeth and learn. And our hope is when the reinforcements come with Webb and Cannon and Polk and Moody and all those guys start coming back, that these freshmen get experience, and it just makes us deeper and deeper as we move forward.
Okay, we will open it up for a few more questions for Coach.
Just curious, what's the one thing you want to learn from your guys in this first weekend?
Well, we're going to have to see some toughness when you play 4 games in a weekend, especially against a team like Evansville, who's going to have a lot of experience. I mean, these guys, most of the mid-major teams that we're going to face are the same team they had last year, because, you know, a lot of those, and I experienced at Kent State, you know, we don't lose a lot of juniors to the draft. A lot of those juniors are really good players that maybe get overlooked, and they come back as seniors. Well, now their seniors had a chance to come back and be seniors again. So basically the entire lineup from Evansville is back. Almost their entire pitching rotation is back. So we need to show some toughness, because, you know, we've got a talented bunch, but we've also got some young kids out there. So we're going to be facing some men across the diamond in the Purple Aces. So we're going to have to show some toughness.
Coach, I was wondering, as a former catcher yourself, when you look at Fernando and what he's able to do, come in as a true freshman, what do you appreciate the most about what he's done, and how difficult is it for him to come in and kind of be that guy behind the plate?
Well, the game moves really slow for Fernando, and anyone that's stepped into a high level, any kind of athletic event, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, whatever, the one thing that people talk about is the speed. Everything's so fast, and sometimes you see those athletes speed up, and Fernando just has a knack of just being very calm, and he's a great leader. He's got leadership abilities, a lot of intangibles, but just a really talented, polished baseball player that just never seems to get a high heart rate going. He's just very, very calm, but pitchers love throwing to him. He's got great receiving skills, and he can really hit. So we're excited about what Fernando brings to the table, and he's going to be a great player for us.
Thanks.
We have time for 2 more questions for Coach. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks guys, appreciate it.